Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna be telling you everything you need to know about vehicle colors in GTA 5. So let's go. So first things first, GTA 5 uses the so-called RGB system. RGB system is pretty simple to understand. It is built up on three colors. R stands for red, G stands for green, and obviously B stands for blue. So this same system can be seen on your TV screen or PC screen, since every pixel uses that same RGB system to create the picture you see on screen. Every tiny pixel on your TV screen or computer screen is made with three colors. The same logic applies to GTA 5 car colors. I know it may be difficult to understand at first, but every car color you see in GTA 5, whether it's a non-special color or a special color, everything is made with just three colors: green, red and blue. So how does this work? So the color is created using an RGB system when mixing specific amount of green, red and blue together into one color. So here are a few examples. When you mix 0 parts of red, 0 parts of green and 0 parts of blue into one, you get a pitch black color. Just to say, such color does exist in GTA 5, but not in the form we expect it to. And maximum amount of color you can mix into RGB color is 255. So when we pick 255 parts of red, 255 parts of green and 255 parts of blue, we get a pure white color. So everything else, every single other color is somewhere between those. So let's say, for example, metallic black in GTA 5 consists of 8 parts of red, 8 parts of blue and 8 parts of green. Matte black is the darkest black you can see in the game, and it consists of 5 red, 5 green and 5 blue parts. But this does not have to be equal. For example, my favorite color, MP100 Gold Spec, consists of 255 red, 216 parts of green and just 89 parts of blue. So if you insert those numbers into one, you get MP100 Gold Spec. This is not simply used in GTA 5. If you are editing some pictures or something, and you can sometimes see there is an opportunity to enter a custom color using RGB. Example can be maybe paint or something, whatever you use for editing pictures. Then you may enter 255, 216 and 89 as I said, and you are guaranteed to get a gold spec tone. Since 255 is a maximum amount you can insert into a color, it would mean in GTA 5 there should be like millions of combinations you can do, but there are just 160 presets made by Rockstar. 260 including 3 last colors added with later patches. You may be surprised, but at least 1/3 of those colors are actually not existing in Los Santos Customs. They may exist in traffic, but not in the mod shop. Very few colors are actually not even present in traffic, which makes them very unique. But they are still presets set by Rockstar, and they can spawn in missions. So the list you're seeing here isn't actually random. It is listed in same order as mission script detects those colors. For example, when we check here, number 4 is metallic silver. When number 4 is found in script, then it will always mean metallic silver. When we see that vehicle is set to have colors 4, 4, 4 and 4, then it means this car has all colors, primary, secondary, luster and wheel color set to be metallic silver. So this leads us to the next topic we need to discuss. So absolutely every vehicle in GTA 5 has 4 colors. It doesn't mean anything if it's a jet, a rusty tractor, hauler, maybe a phantom, tour bus, a stretch, Benson, anything. Absolutely everything has 4 colors, and yes, sometimes all those colors may be invisible to the player, but they still exist. There are no exceptions in GTA 5. And yes, a little side fact, as you can see here, I'm showing a jet. Jet is actually a vehicle which has all 4 colors invisible, and the colors you see are actually part of its livery. As a side fact, color class effects can actually shine through it, as you can see here, a metallic jet. So what are those 4 colors? Color 1 is always the primary color. This is the same color you can mod in Los Santos Customs under primary color option. Color 2 is the secondary color. Now sometimes you can mod this in Los Santos Customs as well under secondary paint option, but often this color is invisible, which results in this color not being moddable in Los Santos Customs. And when ignoring all those new online cars, then in story mode all original cars mostly have the secondary color invisible. But that doesn't mean it can never be special. So color 3 on vehicles is mostly the luster. I'd say 99% of the time it is a luster. There is only one exception I know, and that is the train, where the color 3 is actually a black stripe you can see on its front. So color 3 is the same thing as pearl scent listed in Los Santos Customs. So when you're editing something under pearl scent menu, you're actually editing a vehicle's luster. And now color number 4. This is a bit more difficult to understand, since mostly color 4 is a wheel color that you can as well mod in Los Santos Customs under wheel color option. But color number 4 is not always a wheel color. When taking a look at this journey, then on journey actually this 4th color is seen on this stripe over here, which is just far from wheel color. And similarly to secondary color, wheel color is usually invisible on stock wheels, except for new online vehicles of course. In GTA 5 though, there aren't actually just 160 random colors. In this game we also have so-called color classes. As we know, when we go into Los Santos Customs, we can see words like metallic, metals, matte color, classic color, and so on. So those are actually different classes. Well, actually, if you're interested in hearing this, classic and metallic colors are exactly the same thing. Yes, Rockstar has just doubled all those colors in Los Santos Customs. I am not sure why they did this. I suspect the idea was having a classic tone of your metallic colors, which is formed by just metallic black luster added by default on them, which is ridiculous because you can always just paint your vehicle metallic and then add black luster on it with percent menu. So adding classic list on its own into LS Customs is pretty dumb move by Rockstar, and I don't know why they did this. But the fact you may not know, there are actually 2 whole classes in GTA 5 that are not existing in Los Santos Customs, and those being the Util and Worn class. So let's talk about those briefly. Let's start with the simplest one, metallic color. This is the most common color you can find around the map. Also in missions, it's most commonly set on special vehicles. And how to detect metallic color? Well, obviously it is shining, it is reflecting light, it looks like metallic tone. Everyone should identify a metallic vehicle as they see one. So the second color class we can discuss is a matte. So as metallic, this one is pretty obvious to notice, since it is a matte tone. It is not shining, not reflecting any light, and actually lusters on it are pretty damn bad because they are like eaten by matte tone. But since they are pretty rare in traffic, they can create pretty awesome exclusively colored vehicles. So the third class is the metals. So only 6 colors in the game belong to this class. 5 of them are seen in Los Santos Customs, with an exception of 3 colors being visible there for the original version for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. With later patches 2 more colors got added, pure gold and brushed gold. So now we have 5 of metal colors in total. There is a 6th exclusive metals color that came later with golds, which is our favorite MP100 gold spec color. So identifying metals color is also pretty simple. It has this sick ability to reflect light, it's shining like crazy, it's much brighter than matte color, and at the same time it's much smoother than this metallic tone. So identifying a metals class is actually one of the easier tasks. So now we only have the special classes left, first of which is the util class. So util class may disappoint you a bit because it looks exactly like metallic class. It reflects the light same way, it shines same way, but if you really care to hear how it's actually different from metallic, because it is by 1 inch, then when looking at those 2 phoenixes right here, I've painted both of their primary colors metallic black, and one of them has metallic black as secondary, which is the middle stripe here, and the other one as util black. So as you can see, they are tiny bit different, although their RGB is exactly the same. Both are 8, 8 and 8. So although their RGB is exactly the same, you can still see a slight difference. So there is a microscopic difference in their shining. So the second special class is actually much more interesting, and this is a worn class. When looking at a worn vehicle, you can see that its color looks like worn. It is almost matte, but at the same time it's actually pretty different from matte. It actually feels like semi-matte when I personally take a look at worn color vehicle. So as you can see, worn vehicles always have this whitish shine on them, as they had a white pearl scent, but actually they don't. It is just their special effect, which indicates this is a worn color. And when comparing this to the matte color, you can see matte has no whitish shine whatsoever, so it's actually pretty easy to separate it from matte color simply by that white shine. And what is more, on a worn color, lusters look way better than they do on matte tone. So both worn and util colors have no colors in Los Santos Customs. You can never paint your vehicle worn or util, so they are obviously special classes. Be warned that despite the fact that they do not exist in mod shop, they can still spawn in traffic. But that does not mean that all metallic and matte colors are not special. Actually, there is a fair amount of special metallic colors in the game. Examples may be metallic champagne, metallic securicore green, and some more unique colors like metallic police car blue or pure white. So metallic isn't necessarily a useless color. It is actually pretty cool when it's an exclusive color. Same applies to matte class. However, there are only 2 special matte colors in the game, and those being matte brown, which I actually don't know why Rockstar cut from the game, because why not have a matte brown color? And the second one is actually pretty interesting. The second special matte color is worn olive army green. So yes, stupid mistake by Rockstar, it is called worn olive army green, but it's actually a matte olive army green, because when looking at this color and comparing this with all worn colors and all the matte colors, then any fool can understand that this color belongs to the matte class. And as we discussed before, there is also one special metals color, and that being MP100 gold spec. So as you maybe noticed, there is one separate class I did not cover yet, and that is the famous tryhard color called chrome. So yes, this is a whole separate class on its own, which only has just one color, chrome. If you are interested, then chrome's RGB is actually 000, which means it's a pitch black color with a huge amount of shine added on it. That is why you sometimes see pitch black car when entering tunnels. Also when you paint soft top of Tornado chrome, you can see a pitch black color. So that is the reason, because its RGB is 000 and shine is taken away by soft top. So we still have one more important topic we just must discuss. So every vehicle in GTA 5 has a preset of traffic defaults. Every single vehicle. And similarly to RGB system, they follow their own specific list. So some vehicles may have 8 traffic defaults, some may have just 1, some may have 17 traffic defaults, even 20 sometimes. This number is random, but they all have one thing in common. When you see that vehicle first time on your GTA 5 map, it will always be painted with the first color in the list. And the more you see those cars, the further the list goes. Pretty simple to understand, but this is what makes lustered vehicles pretty damn complicated. More of that in another video. So let's take a look at this Saddler traffic default list. As you can see, there are plenty of them. Those are the Saddlers you can find on LS streets whenever you drive around. Those are not special in any shape or form. So as I told before, whenever you go out and find Saddler for the first time, it will always have this first grey looking color. And the more you see them, the further the list goes, which means the last Saddler in the list is obviously the hardest one to find. But still you can find it if you gather them up by the side of the road or park them nearby. Then you can see the later Saddlers pretty easily as long as they spawn around you. Which should indicate something for you already. Yes, if some color is already on a map, it cannot spawn again until the list is complete and resets itself again. That means if you want to find another such red Saddler in the traffic, you must first have all those later ones and also double Saddlers from the first part of the cycle, so the double red can spawn for you. This may sound confusing, but it's actually not. If we put this in a simple way, then remember, 2 same traffic defaults can never spawn on a map, unless there are enough Saddlers around you to make the cycle appear more than once. But how to make sure what are those cycles? For that we have the page called GTA 5 Wiki, which you can always Google on your own when you want to know the cycle of the vehicle. Let's say you want to see the cycle of Phantom, then you simply type in Phantom GTA 5 into Google and you will find this page, GTA 5 Wiki Fandom, which you can click, and under miscellaneous there should be traffic defaults and the list for you. Number 1 is obviously what spawns the most, and last one is the rarest Phantom in traffic. But there is one problem with this. You see, not all traffic defaults are listed on GTA 5 Wiki, and some of them are wrong, because Wiki has one big downside: any player can edit this page. So that's why I've made my own file with all traffic defaults. And I can put this link in the description, but this file is not fully complete yet, and I'm slowly trying to fix it as the channel grows and more special vehicles appear. This file is not necessarily for your own fun, it actually helps you get lustered vehicles much faster, since you can track the list and predict which lusters you will get next. But again, more of that in a later video. For the end of the video, let's talk about some mysteries GTA 5 has with its colors. First of all, let's discuss this classic and metallic list issue. So mostly this list is actually doubled. When you equip something metallic on your car, you can see that same color is also applied in classic menu. So obviously it is the same color. But there are 2 exceptions. One of which is the gold color listed in this menu. So when you equip gold in your classic menu, you actually get straw beige, which also shows equipped when you scroll down a bit and take a look at actual straw beige color. But when you equip gold in metallic list, you actually do get metallic gold color. So the other mystery between those classes is the midnight purple color. So when you equip midnight purple in classic list, what you get is metallic black purple with a RGB of 5, 0 and 8. But when you equip that color in metallic menu, you get V dark blue, which doesn't actually look purple but rather blue instead, which I absolutely do not understand because its RGB is also 5, 0 and 8, so I don't get how it's possible. Maybe someone can explain in the comments, but I don't understand how could it be that two colors with the exact same RGB and class appear in a completely different tone. Same applies to the other colors, like util black and metallic black. They all have the same RGB, but here it's actually not a big mystery. Their effect is different due to their class. But when taking a look at colors like pure gold and brushed gold, again they have exact same RGB, they belong to same class, but somehow they have completely different effect on them. One is pure and one is brushed, so again something I do not understand and I can't explain it to you. So mysteries still do not end, we have one more to cover. When you take a look at metallic black and metallic carbon black, they both spawn in metallic and classic list. They appear as separate colors. In colors list they are also separated, but when trying to apply them on your car you notice they look exactly the same. And the thing is, they are the same. Their RGB is same and their class is same. So visually they are not different. So I don't get it. How can Los Santos Customs separate those colors as well as mission script? This is a mystery for me. So I think this should cover all the basic pieces of information you need to hear about vehicle colors in GTA 5. If you have some more questions, don't hesitate. Comment down below. I am open for questions and I will try and answer every question. Since believe it or not, I'm more familiar with vehicle colors in 5 than scientists are with the virus right now. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button, and also make sure to click that notification bell to hear about everything related to GTA 5 special vehicles.